We do want to talk about South Point a little bit. They have West Iredell, who's 5-6. I think most would say, obviously, a huge favorite in this first round game. But let's look ahead a little bit to the second round because we want to talk about the seeding too, and the Max Preps rankings, everything that changed, and all the conversation around that. And so let's talk about South Point and Shelby on the horizon. A second round game, a 1 and an 8, a matchup of a 4-time defending state champion, a 3A defending state champ potentially happening.
Yeah, unfortunate for Shelby that you've got 7 conference champions.
Yeah.
Because, my goodness, if you're looking at strength of schedule, Shelby's 2 losses are to arguably the best team in South Carolina and one of the 4 or 5 best teams in North Carolina, regardless of classification, and they can rate only an 8. But I mean, I understand if 7 conference champions, 8's the best they can do.
Right.
But boy, it sets up a really interesting first round matchup because Shelby now has to play Newton Conover, who, you know, one bad game against Maiden away from being not in that circumstance. And then if you win that game, you get rewarded by having to go back to Belmont. So, you know, I don't know that South Point looks favorably at that second round matchup, even as they manhandled them. You were at that game last week. Yeah, sure. I mean, those are 2 really good teams. That's a real intriguing 8-9 matchup. It really is, and it's not too dissimilar from this Concord-Kramer matchup in 3 little A. So you got a lot of interesting 8-9 matchups. But I would suspect, and the interesting irony of this is, and we talked a little bit about last week, 40 years ago this year, South Point and Shelby were 9-0 and played in the last game of the season. And Shelby had their way with them. South Point made mistakes, turned it over. I believe it was a 42-7 game. It was when one team got to go to the playoffs. The very next week, Shelby played, wait for it, Newton Conover, and lost on a field goal. So it's weird how that kind of history repeats itself a little bit. I don't know that I look at Newton Conover as a team that should be able to beat Shelby, but it's not the easier first round game that Shelby has been accustomed to in years past. And